always 3 sides to the story. His, hers, and the truth.
Oh, I didn't want to go in there.
My deal.
My face is always done. No, then we don't have the music.
You said your face is always done. Oh, I like your boots.
Oh, thank you.
Those are cute.
I can't wait till we have our music. It's so... Look, I always look like I'm like slouched.
Me
yeah.
too.
I'm like...
Let's have it. You definitely gotta improve on.
And I'm frozen.
Oh.
Look. That's so weird. Yeah. There we go.
I'm so tired of hair. I need to cut it.
Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Give it a minute or two before we start.
I always like your little puffs. When you put them on the side. Welcome.
When I do them in buns at work, I hate it because they just be like, Princess Anne! And I'm like, y'all fuckers.
I'd be like, don't touch me.
It depends. There's only like, there's literally like a handful of people at my job that get that exception and they know this. Like,
I don't like people touching me. I don't think anyone...
I'm like, you should know I don't. I said, there's like really a handful. And then that, usually other people are like, can I touch your hair? And because I never do shit for work, I'm like, go ahead. Because I'm not dressed up. Yo, I literally look like I rolled out of bed and go to work. I'm in tights, a big oversized hoodie, and my hair just one huge puff usually. I'm just like, I ain't trying to impress nobody here.
Hi guys, welcome. I know it sounds a little dead. We're still waiting our music. We're actually getting places with it. We've had a lot of people actually reach out to us on it. So thanks for the shares, the recommendations. We really appreciate it.
It is. I feel like 8 minutes is enough because that's how long the music would have been.
Yeah.
So
Welcome to the show. As you know, I'm Zeleny, your host. As always, the show is not intended. We're not sponsored by anybody. It all comes from us.
We don't know. Well, there's no copyrights. There's no music.
There's no music. And when we
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, time to start a shot. Happy Friday.
We're taking a shot of amaretto today.
Cheers.
That was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Very sweet. I actually like it.
It's perfect for French toast.
To like in the morning.
When you do the overnight bake, where you like basically cut up the bread and stuff and you let it sit in a little bit of like amaretto, and then when you're done baking it, you can drizzle it on top.
And you give it to your kids?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was gonna say, I'll give it to my kids.
I mean, it's not gonna be enough to get them drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, like back then they used to fucking give kids rum and shit on their gum. I really don't see what's the issue.
I did that. Well, let me not say it. I don't care. When my kids are teething, I'll take a little bit and not now because they're old, but I'll put it on their teeth when they're
That's
you
know
what
like
I mean.
You're not giving them enough for them to get drunk or anything.
Let us know what you're making today.
We're half-assing this mixing stuff today. Sorry, I work tomorrow, so we're going with the pre-made shit already. Jose Cuervo lemonade. It's great in the summertime because then you could add a whole bunch of other liquor to it.
I love Jose.
I know way too many Jose's. I love some of them.
So we have our 3 topics. If you tuned in on Topic Tuesday,
which was a shit show, so you got to do that all the time. I'm sorry, don't let me do it.
On Tuesday, I wasn't feeling well, not physically. I couldn't do it. So Wendy took over. I thought you did a great job. I really did.
Oh, well, I appreciate, I don't want to say you're lying, but I appreciate your version. Let's go with that.
I wasn't lying. You did great. It was really fast. She was like, zoom, zoom, zoom. It was like done before it started.
I don't like wasting time. Straight to the point. If that's the goal, then that's the goal, and that's it.
So our 3 topics were, I can't remember them in order, but it was natural beauty versus plastic surgery. I can't wait to get into that one because I'm so opinionated on that.
Right.
I have really strong opinions on that one. The second one was
Aging, and then the other one is being a child interpreter, basically.
oh, that was so easy. I couldn't remember it word for word, so I was like, I'm not even gonna say that one. I'll let Wendy say it because I didn't understand it too well. But yeah, that was really easy.
So,
it's being a child interpreter and being an adult interpreter as well.
well, then we'll just put interpreting.
Yeah, because
There we go. We'll cover both subjects.
yeah, I mean, we want to know.
But so choose a topic you want to start off. I figure we could leave the natural beauty last since you're so opinionated on that one.
I am.
So that way, if it goes over, it won't be so bad.
Yeah, and I know a lot of other people are opinionated on that one as well, and I'm here for it. I am here for it today. Let's just say that. So let's start with aging.
Okay.
I feel like everybody's gonna get there. How do you get there, and what roads you take to get there? And it goes kind of goes with natural beauty versus plastic surgery.
How about this? Instead of aging, we'll start with child interpreting.
Okay.
Then that way we'll go with aging
Okay.
and then segue into that.
Okay, I think that's good. I do think it's good. I'm still
As you
waiting.
can
I
tell,
want to know
we
what you're
didn't
drinking.
even, stop this.
A super duper de-duper long week.
I'm lying. Don't sue us. Bite us. Sorry. I wish
There's
someone
some
would.
people that would.
Then don't be surprised if I punch you in your throat.
Child interpreting. Were you a child?
Hennessy. Holy shit.
You know what?
I'm not surprised, but
I could have guessed that one.
Was I a child interpreter?
Mhm.
Yes, I was.
I'm an adult interpreter.
I am occasionally an adult interpreter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't go into the interpreting field.
No.
Honestly, having to do it so long, I grew up and I was just like, yeah, I'm tired of this.
It is. It's overwhelming. It's tiring. Is that a word?
Tiring, I think.
Tiring.
It's a lot.
Very tiring. Number one, I don't want to do it anymore.
It's a mental exhaustion that no one talks about.
No.
Because not only so depending on what language you're interpreting for too,
Right.
There's not an exact word for certain things in certain languages.
Right.
So then now you have to try to figure out a way to best explain so much mental exhaustion with that no one thinks about.
And when you have to constantly do it all the time, you're like, I don't want to do it anymore. Sometimes, and it's coming from, we're Hispanic, so our language to interpret is Spanish. And we were just talking about it a little bit earlier, but you have, what language did you say? Chinese?
Oh, I didn't do Chinese.
No.
Oh, I was like, wait.
No, but you
Yeah.
said there's Chinese. The Chinese, I don't know, the Chinese people? Asian. It's Asian. I'm sorry. Asian people
Sorry.
have to interpret Chinese, and they're probably like, damn, I've got to interpret English to Chinese.
And then it's also that mental thought. Like, everyone's just like, oh, you just interpret. No, it's not. Because now you're sitting here having to think, all right, like, they said this and this and this. And your brain is like, all right, let me translate it into Spanish before it even comes out your mouth. So, like, and then even when they repeat it back to you, you got to, like, sit there and decipher, like, all right, so they said this and this and this. Is this the word for English? Okay, no, there's not really a word. Let me describe it. And it's like this whole thought process that's got to go before it even leaves your mouth. And you got to be quick with it. Because you can't just, like, pause a conversation. Because depending on where you're at, you're just like, and it just doesn't work.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to give a personal experience. And probably somebody might have an opinion on it and say, oh, that's pretty messed up. I don't care. Reserve your comment because I'm probably going to be quick with saying something back. But, so previously...
She's feisty today.
I'm feisty. Used to do. was like when a movie came out that I really wanted to watch, I would go sneak to the movie theater, watch it by myself.
Okay.
To then watch it and act like I didn't watch it before. Shut up. Because I would have to interpret it in Spanish, and then I would miss parts to it because I would have to interpret it in Spanish. And it would become frustrating, or I would be like, damn, I just missed that because I have to interpret it in Spanish. Or let's just say I would have to go to a doctor's appointment or whatever to listen to what the doctor have to say, interpret it to the person. And there's parts in your body or whatever the results were, I didn't know how to say it. I would be like, shit, what's a kidney? I don't know what the hell a kidney is in Spanish. And mind you, yes, I am Puerto Rican, but I'm Puerto Rican from here. I'm born here in the United States, so technically I'm a white girl.
So am I.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like.
So I'm a white girl. Thank you for laughing. I'm glad you find it funny. And I know what you're laughing at, the part that I went to the movies by myself late at night. But, so I would sit there and I would Google, like, kidney in Spanish. And I'd be like, oh, a kidney in Spanish is, I don't know, an hígado, or I don't know. I think that's the liver. Anyway, but riñón? I'd be like, yes, that's what it is, a riñón. And I'd be like, oh, it's tu riñón. And then he would say, yeah, the riñón would flow through to the hígado. And I'd be like, oh, riñón a tu hígado. And then you don't understand sometimes how frustrating it is to want to say it constantly. And then you'd be like, damn, now I got to go get their blood work. And then what's a CBC? Oh, ese es tu cuenta de sangre blanco.
And they're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. So can you imagine as an adult how frustrating that is? Now you're a 12-year-old child and you got to do that for your parents.
I did.
Do you know you could be like, yeah, mom, yeah, your white blood count is fine. And here it's at like 1,200,000 and it's wrong.
That's how I skipped school so much. Bitch, I was not going to make it work for me.
Oh, we have Pancake Papi entering the chat. Thank you for joining the chat. Watch it in Spanish. No, but see, here's the thing.
How many movie theaters have it in Spanish, though?
Okay, but now, so to make it comfortable for someone to watch it in Spanish, now I'm not understanding it. Why? How is that fair to me or to the next person? Something's got to give. Or how about if that person watching it in Spanish is asking questions, but we're watching it in Spanish? So now you're asking me in Spanish. I'm like, we're watching it in Spanish. Why are you asking me the question? I don't know.
I'm watching it the same as you.
Right. So it's very hard to interpret in a different language. Or even if you are Asian and you're born here, you don't have the actual traditional Asian culture behind you to be able to watch it in Asian for your parents. It's hard to interpret. It is hard to interpret.
Have any of you guys had to interpret, whether it be as a child, as an adult, for a family member, friends, however, whoever? Like, for me, so here's a little tidbit I didn't really start speaking till I was 4. I know, such a fucking delay. Well, apparently, up until I was 4, I thought I was fucking deaf. No, don't lie. I thought I was fucking deaf.
Let me ask you a question, though. Did you not talk because your parents were deaf, though?
Yeah, exactly. I grew up in that deaf culture. I didn't really have anyone that spoke around me. It was only like them and their deaf friends. So up until I was 4, until my grandmother moved out here, I thought I was fucking deaf. I didn't know no better. So when my grandmother came in, I'm trying to sign to her, and she's looking at me like I'm fucking retarded because this bitch can hear. And she's like, why aren't you talking?
Yeah. You're like...
No, it wasn't like... It was like... I'm done, like, I'm sorry.
Yo,
only I can do that.
Lost me. Yo, why do you do this to me on the show? Because you know I lose it.
But it's the truth. For the longest time, if you guys have heard a deaf person speak, some of them speak better than others. Like, it definitely does play into the impact of, like, their upbringing and how well they hear. But my parents...
You, Wendy.
Yo, shut up. I'm being honest here. It's not like I'm being...
So you could speak perfectly fine, and you would speak like that.
Yeah, I would sign and speak like that because that's what I saw and observed and learned because I thought the world worked like that. So...
Oh, wow, that's deep. I know we're laughing about it, but in reality...
It's hilarious. Fuck that shit. It happened to me, and I think it's hilarious. So like I said, my grandmother came out here and got me enrolled in school to, like, one of those classes that was, like, Spanish. She stuck me in kindergarten and was like, hey.
But your grandmother knew you could speak.
Yes.
Because they could tell you were not deaf.
Yes, exactly. So, I was in kindergarten. Yo, honestly, my kindergarten teacher was fucking amazing to this day. I still get Christmas cards from her. She went out her way and learned sign language so she could speak to my parents. So, she taught me Spanish so that I could communicate with my grandmother. And then I didn't learn English till I was, like, in first grade. So I was, like, really behind the curve. That's why I'm retarded. But
I can't with you. I really can't. I really don't.
But, so now keep in mind, I just learned English. I am the only English-speaking person in the household to have parents and a Spanish-speaking grandmother. So guess who was at all their doctor's appointment? Who had to make all the phone calls? Who had to go everywhere and translate shit? I did. In a world where I was just like, the fuck is going on? I just learned how to speak English.
But you did have siblings, but they weren't interpreting because you were the oldest.
Exactly. Like, unless for whatever reason I couldn't, or if they were, like, my parents had to split up and they had to take one or the other, I was the one who did the bulk of interpreting. Whether it was, I don't know if you guys know what a TTY is, but it was like this type to talk thing where you literally would, remember the old phones? Mm-hmm. You put it on and then you would type through, because it went through like the service and it would speak on the other end to another person. So even though we had that machine, I still typed for them.
Because they were typing in Spanish and that didn't interpret the Spanish.
Correct. So I still type. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is why I'm not in the interpreting field. My siblings are. 2 of my siblings are. And I'm like, great for you. They make great money. I could not, because all those years just drained me. I look back and I'm like, flashback horrors. Nope, no thank you. No thank you.
And that's funny because you did the bulk of it. They did not. So they were able to learn it and work in it because it stressed you out as a child.
You know how many times I rode in the back of an ambulance because I was the only one that could go to interpret? Yeah, when I tell you, I was like, that's not the life for me. I'm done.
Nice.
I mean, even as an adult, I still interpret sometimes. And it's not as bad because when you're older, you understand more. It's easier, like, especially with, like, cell phones. Everything's at the tip of your finger. If you're not sure, you can Google it. Well, I mean, with sign language, it's a little hard, but you can Google most of it.
Right. Well, there is Google Translate that you can put in a whole sentence. And even though it doesn't translate it completely correct for you, it translated enough to understand it. You can actually put in Spanish to English, English to Spanish. Yeah. There's a lot of people that travel the world and put it in there and they can communicate completely. Like, you could go to Panama, you could go to Costa Rica, Argentina, you could go to
France
Asia.
Is on my list. Don't be surprised if you see me in Paris. I'm like, this bitch don't speak French. It's all right. Google Translate.
I have it.
I'm gonna be like, I can tell you I can't speak French in French, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. If you have something else to say regarding this topic, if you have any experiences as an interpreter, let us know. We can go back to the comments and review them. We'll always go back, but we're going to move on to our next topic, which is aging.
Yes.
A lot of people have problems with aging.
And you know what? I want to say men mostly.
I want to say men have a problem with that too.
And I'm not trying to be like biased or shit. Like, maybe it's because the men I've encountered, but I'm like,
okay, wait, let me correct. I want to say men have a problem with aging as far as the age itself.
Yes.
Like, women, women have a problem with aging as far as appearance.
Okay,
I want to say that. As far as the wrinkles, the skin.
The girls.
The
Girl
what?
feet?
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, the what? The girls? I'm like, what girls?
Well, some girls.
The girls?
Sagging, I mean,
Yes.
I don't know.
That's how I see it. For instance, women do a lot of stuff to themselves to be able not to look old. Men can't handle the fact that they're getting old.
And I also think for men, it also depends on where they're at in their life at that age.
Right.
Because, like, if they hit a certain age and they're like, I didn't accomplish this, or I have nothing to show for it, or X, Y, and Z. And then it's just like, oh my God, I'm getting older, and before you know it, I'm going to die, and I have nothing.
Right. And I think the midlife crisis has to do with their age as well. Once they start hitting 42, 44, that's when it kicks in.
Yeah, I feel like it's like once they hit 40, like that's usually the first sign of their midlife crisis speaking through.
Oh, I want to go back to the topic that we just left. They have some headphones that translate in close to real time.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool because you can actually walk around in a foreign language. I would like that. Well, I mean, I don't go to an Asian place anymore to get my nails or feet done. I would have liked that to just go into a place and just to see if they were talking shit about me, my feet, my hands, or anything like that. I would have liked to have that back then. Just to be like, yo, I know what you're saying. But anyways, you know, men have a tendency, once they get to like 42, 44, they want to change their women. They want to leave the woman that they were with for like...
Someone younger?
Yes, for some...
What? Okay, I'm clearly not getting the joke, but
I'm not... I don't know. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
Anyways, I do feel like for men, it's either they want to date a girl younger or they want to
buy a new car, a sports car.
Do something stupid, like like whether it be buying a new car or try to dress younger and get their hair. I'm like, dude, just accept your fucking age.
Right. Or they want to start dressing like they're really young.
Knocking up some hoes and getting babies when they're like 45 and you're about to die in like 10 years. The fuck?
Oh, that's it.
It's like owning a car. Gotta upgrade for a new one. Damn! Well, now that we know how that shit works.
Yeah, but see, that's messed up because then...
They were like, she's got all the mileage on her. Time to trade her in.
But see, that's messed up because that's the one that was with you. And then once you're done with the midlife crisis, it's kind of like menopause in a woman. Did they call menopause in a man? No, right?
Andro.
Huh?
What?
Andropause.
What?
Andropause.
Is that what it's called for a man?
I don't know.
I didn't know that. But once that's done and over with, they're like, damn, I should have stayed with the chick I had. In some cases, I don't want to say all because if you upgrade and that chick was for you, she's for you. Anyways, it's jokes. Laugh at my wife been left me. Oops. But that's funny to me.
The way you laughing, though, straight evil. Like,
But damn, I'm sorry. It's called.
He's fucking lying. He was never really ill.
No, that
was
is
such
not
a horrible
true.
joke.
That is not true. But I feel like they go through that midlife crisis. They don't know how to handle the fact that they're aging. But what they need to understand sometimes that when they get to that age, that's like the good age in a man.
I was like, I can't attest to that. I'm not a man.
I'm not a man either, but when I
mean, if they all look like Idris Elba, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a good age.
you see what I'm saying?
Henry Cavill, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let me be an old man.
That white hair, you know.
The salt and pepper?
Yes. So men need to understand it's okay to age. Everybody ages. A woman, there's stuff that, okay, if we go to the woman's side, it's okay to age and it's okay to want to preserve the face. You have creams, you have lotions. is also stuff that you can do to your face to preserve your face. Chemical peels. There is the stuff, I don't know exactly what it's called, that they put the little piece of paper and they zap it to reduce the crow's feet here, or the smile lines and the crow feet here.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never looked into any of that shit. I'm ready to turn old. I want to retire already. Like,
That's retiring.
No, like, I mean, like, I want my hair all fucking gray already, like, ASAP. Now, if you guys have any secrets besides stress, because that bitch ain't helping speed up the gray process.
Okay, wait, we have a definition here. It's an actual definition. Andropause refers to the symptoms men experience as their testosterone production levels decrease with age. After the age of 40, testosterone levels start to decline. But okay, so that impulses you to do the things that you do, such as buy a car, dress tight, and teenagers, clothes, date a 20-year-old. No.
Anyone out there having a midlife crisis? You want to share your thoughts on this shit?
We want to hear from the men.
I mean, do we have any 40-year-olds in our group? I don't know.
Do we? So then it is something. So women go through menopause and men go through andropause. Boom. So we did get an answer to that question. But there's another thing. When women get a little bit older, you can change the way you eat. It preserves the skin. There is creams like sun damage. Sun affects your skin, so you want to use SPF. SPF can preserve your skin, right? It can make it look better. If you don't use that, if you use just regular lotion on your skin, that harms it because you're not protecting yourself. So it makes your skin look ugly, which makes you look older. Just saying.
Oof. She's just out there sticking knives in everybody.
No midlife crisis. I'm 38.
I feel like you usually also see midlife crisis in men who's like almost 40 and haven't had kids. Like if they haven't settled down, like if they haven't had like found a wife or a soulmate or haven't had kids, they're like, oh my god, like I'm never gonna pass my legacy or ever have their children, or I'm not gonna find the one, or I'm never gonna be married, I'm gonna die alone.
Well, is that a midlife crisis or is that a mental issue? Because at that point, who wants to have a kid after the age of 40? You're gonna be like 60 and they're graduating from high school.
People still do it.
Wow.
Not me.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I know people who had children at like 45. Who wants to do that? And like, I know personally.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, at one point in life, I was stupid. This was like 3 years ago, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I won't have another kid. Yeah, no, thank God that did not happen. I'm glad my senses stuck through. Can you imagine me with like a fucking 3-year-old right now? Could
you imagine at the age of like 42 carrying a car seat, a diaper bag, changing diapers, not being able to go out? I mean, if that's what you want to do, by all means.
We not knocking it.
We're not knocking you. It's not something I would want to do.
Shit, I'm tired already. You expect me to be up all night and chase the 3-year-old? Yo, stop. I ain't playing tag no more.
We're going off topic. We're talking about aging. But I mean, if you did have a kid really old, that would make you even older.
Can you see?
Because I would be like, damn, look at that old ass person having a kid.
I'm probably gonna have I'm gonna be like 2 months pregnant, having to be in a fucking wheelchair because my back just gave out. So fuck.
I mean, I'd be like, damn, look at that 45-year-old having a baby. Could she still have a baby?
How?
Because you're old.
No, but you read about people like women at 60 having kids too. That's another fucking crazy shit.
Anyways, off topic.
Yes,
let's come back. Anyway. Aging.
I mean, I accept we're all gonna age, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, I'm just like, it's part of life. I don't really go out my way to be like, hey, like, I don't have like a whole nighttime routine. I don't have like eye lifts. I think, is that what it's called? Eye lifts?
Eye lift?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's a plastic surgery.
Oh, okay,
To
no,
have
that's
an
not
eye-
the one I'm thinking of.
Like an eye cream.
Yeah, that stuff. You know, like my facial routine is literally like wash my face and that's it.
No, see, I do have a whole skincare routine. I wash my face with a moisturizer cream. I pat it dry. I don't rub.
Okay.
And then I put on a moisturizer. I let my skin absorb that. Then I put, if it's daytime, I use a daytime cream.
Okay.
If it's nighttime, I use a nighttime cream.
Okay, hold on. And your skin's gonna know the difference between day and morning. I mean, night and morning.
Yes.
Like what's different between these lotions? Are you
Okay.
sure they're not just out to get your money?
No, so I use Revitalift. Okay, so the daytime one is not so shiny and grease. It's not greasy. I don't know how to explain it. It's more moisturizery. So when I put it on, you can actually see it takes longer for the skin to absorb. The daytime one, my skin actually absorbs it quicker. So then that's the daytime, and then the nighttime one. And then I use an eye cream. So it only gets put around here. And you don't rub it in, you kind of just pat it in around here. Right? And you do that twice a day.
I want a video. You should post a video on our thing.
I
of your
should
whole
have, you know
nighttime
what?
cream.
I should have just brought it and done it.
You should, well, you're gonna sleep tonight at
Because
some point.
Lord knows I need it. I have no makeup on today.
Tell her she shut up. She
She
shut
shut
the fuck
up.
up.
She shut up.
She need to shut
She
the fuck up.
She shut fuck.
I mean, if you want to. I'm not telling you not to.
Like you.
But no, like seriously, maybe you should next time you do it, make a video and post it on the page so that people can see
no
it.
granny nightgown.
What's a granny nightgown? Because them should look fucking comfortable as hell.
They're very comfortable.
Yo, Tony got this oversized hoodie for Christmas. It like looks a fucking dress. I was telling her I was gonna steal it and come on the show with it one night.
You know what? When we went to a pajama party that we had at my best friend's house, they came with one. It's like up to past their knees, and it's huge like this. Everybody wanted one. It is the best thing ever. So do not knock them until you try.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Both Tony and Bella has one. Amy's blanket hoodie thingy is a little different. It's like it almost looks like a onesie, but a frontal onesie because you just only your arms and your legs.
Yes, and then you can sit down and you can cover your whole knees with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole routine. And then in the morning, you do the exact same thing, and you just do it with the daytime cream.
That's not gonna work for me. I'm always like barely up in the morning, like
But it's something that it has SPF. It protects the skin. It tightens the skin. It kind of gives you collagen. I really don't know what collagen is. I just know
I was about to ask you, like, what's that for?
Well,
I hear it all the time. So.
Yes, collagen is the elasticity in your face that you need it to keep it from giving you the smile lines and the crow feet.
I'm gonna have a bunch of smile lines and crow feet.
So you want collagen in your skin to protect it. Guys, do any of you guys have a skin regimen that you follow to make sure that your skin stays healthy, that you want to protect it, make sure that
glowing, soft?
I mean, I find that to be super duper attractive in a man if he takes care of his skin the way he should. It keeps you from aging. When you look at a guy, he tells you, I'm 42 or I'm 44. And you're like, damn, you can't even tell.
Like Hot Santa. Yeah, I get it.
Who's Hot Santa?
What? I think they call him like Mall Santa. I don't know. Daddy Santa?
Well, I want to know. But, I mean, it's not only girls should do it, guys should do it as well.
Let me see. I'll let you know when I find it. But no, I mean, I know men that do have skincare regimen, and I have some friends that are gay, and they have their skincare regimen and stuff, and it looks amazing. And I don't knock it. If you have it and it works for you, great. I'm just a simple ass fucking person. I'm gonna tell you right now, even if I bought it, I probably wouldn't fucking use it. Because I'd be like, oh shit, that's right, I got this. I should use it. My skincare is literally water. Water is my shit. That's it.
Well, I mean, I use Monat products and expensive concealers only when I wear cover up. I use
Okay, what's cover up?
cover up is
Like foundation?
foundation.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I do as well. I have my whole cover up back here. So, like...
All right, anybody want to host like a makeup class? Because I could definitely use some lessons. And I know a couple of girls that
Urban
play,
Decay.
too.
Like, I use Urban Decay makeup so that it doesn't clog my pores. And I cannot use makeup every day because it'll make me break out. So if I know to cover blemishes. So if I know I have a big event coming up, like if I know I'm going like out on a party, a couple of days before I won't use any makeup. You see me not posting stuff just to make sure for that event my face is clear. I'm covered. I'm using a lot of, you know.
That's what it is, hipster Santa.
Hipster Santa. Okay.
I don't know how old is he.
You can Google hipster Santa. So I use a lot of that. My foundations and stuff like that, I like to use like IL.
Can you imagine this dude coming down
Night
the chimney?
Edge. Yeah. Oh. You know. Anyway, so you have to treat your face. It's the first thing people see. If your face is ugly, I'm not gonna look at you. And I'm not talking about. Listen, I'm not talking about like your image. I'm talking about like, does it look hydrated? Is it nice? I'm not
so
looking at
basically, she's
looks.
looking like if your skin is ashy, like you got eye crust, like you just don't give a shit.
Like, is it dry? Like, if your lips are dry, like you just did like this in cocaine or something like that, I'm not looking at you. Or if you're using your tongue as chapstick and they're all white, no. Like, you have to. Why
Guys, I hope y'all take these tips.
Like,
she's helping you find your true love
Anastasia,
somewhere.
Beverly Hills. There's a lot of stuff, and it doesn't have to be super expensive. You can find some good stuff like at CVS, at Rite Aid, Walgreens, Dollar Tree. Like, it is what it is. Like, they sell regular chapstick at the Dollar Tree. Like, it's, if you don't take, I'm not talking crap. Because you're like, I just use water. Water's good. Water is good.
I'm not offended. It's worked for me. I haven't heard anyone complain about my skin. I usually hear like, wow, your complexion looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. It
Water.
really does.
Not just on your face, drink that bitch too.
But it's just like right now, she has lip gloss. She's covering herself. Like, how you carry yourself if you treat it nice.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the most dressed up you see me. Because during Monday to Sunday, the podcast is the only reason I dress up. Unless I got like other shit outside.
Yeah.
Everyone gets bummy Wendy.
Yeah.
Like I look like I'm homeless.
You don't need much. Exactly. You don't need much.
Lashes, perfect brows, and concealer. I wore fake lashes once. My eyelids felt like they were lifting weights, and I was just like, so they not for me. My eyelids are not strong enough for them lashes.
I wear eyelashes. The only thing is I have really bad allergies, so they become red and poofy. So I can't do lashes. Like, I get the magnetic ones.
That's the one I use,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I was like, damn, it look like there's a strobe light in this bitch. But hey, all right,
We've got to move on to the next topic.
take it away.
Oh, natural beauty versus plastic surgery. Let me roll up my sleeves for this one because I know people got shit to say.
Oh, it's
On
supposed to be
that
serious.
All right. So, let's get your opinion. What do you say?
If someone else is willing to pay for it, yeah, I'm not paying for it out of my pocket.
Okay.
I'm just, you know what? Let me stop. Let me scratch that. Because I'm like, yeah, because let someone come up and be like, here's $3,000. Go get what you want done. I'm going to be like, can I just have the money and not get it done? Because I feel like as much shit as I talk, I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I know it's not for me. Number one, I hate doctors. If I don't need to, I don't want to. I'm, for the most part, comfortable with my skin. I'm like, can I use improvements? The fuck yeah. Do I want to deal with that pain to get to that point? No. I like I said, like I'm for the most part, I'm comfortable with how I am. So I'm like, if I was to that point where it was gonna impact me mentally and emotionally, then I do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that point where it impacts me to the point where I'm like, oh my god, I need to get it done. It's just like I stand in the mirror and I'm like, I really should do something about it. Oh well, dinner's ready. Let me go eat.
Let's see. Let's go. Your face and your toes and hands need to be on point. It's the first thing people see. Natural beauty is the best beauty. And here's my opinion. Beauty is beauty. How you see yourself is how you see yourself. How other people see you doesn't mean shit. How you see yourself is how you see yourself. What you think of me means shit to me. How I see myself and how I feel is what I feel. You don't determine how I feel. And beauty is beauty. I need to feel how I feel in my body. What you think doesn't mean shit. If I feel that I need to get rid of something, it's my opinion, it's my body. Who are you to say what is right, what is wrong? What you just said right now, when I look in the mirror and I said, do I need improvement? Yeah. Am I going to go eat dinner? Yeah. If when I look in the mirror and I say, I need improvement, I want to get this done, I'm going to go get it done because I can do that.
My only issue with plastic surgery is I am totally against, like, if you're going to go get work done, then go ahead, go get work done. I don't give a fuck. But don't sit here and pretend that you came across this body by putting in hard work at the gym or by eating healthy or doing whatever. And here you are becoming some fucking role models for a bunch of teenagers and everything, like, oh, look at her body. Like, she went to the gym and I did it. But you're not telling the whole fucking story because you went and got work done. And now you got a whole bunch of people like, I want to be like them, without them knowing, like, you didn't put in no fucking work, really. You just went and got it done.
That I do agree. Now, what you people need to understand, if you're gonna get something done, and the doctor will explain to you, is that before you get this done, you have to, there's a lot of things that you have to do before you get it done, because once you get this done, it's a lifestyle change.
It is,
so
you can't continue with the same habits. If you want to upkeep whatever process you went through, there's changes you got to make to your lifestyle. It's
right.
Like, it's not even just plastic surgery. It's the same thing with like the bypass and all
Yes.
that other stuff, the sleeve.
Yes.
You have to make dietary lifestyle changes to upkeep that procedure. If you go back to the same way you were, that procedure is not going to stick. You can't go get liposuction and a tummy tuck for you to just get fucking fat again. I mean, you could. It's your fucking money. I ain't going to tell you no, but it's pointless.
I'm an advocate of what his has given you. People are so caught up with doing their bodies that it's ridiculous. As long as you love yourself, it's all that matters. Do what makes you happy, natural or not. You live with what your body and yourself, not with anyone else. And I agree with that. So when you're getting your sleeve, you don't just get it right away.
No.
There's a process in order for you to get your sleeve. There's
requirements needed to get it too.
Exactly. You can't just automatically get it done.
Right.
There's a lot of things that you have to change, that you have to do. If you want lipo, you can't automatically just get liposuction. You have to lose some weight before you can get it done. If you want a tummy tuck, you have to lose weight before you can get a tummy tuck done. Because they tell you, you have to learn to do a modification, like a lifestyle change, before you can get it done. We can get it done. You can get it done, but you have to learn to change. Because if you get liposuction, let me tell you what, you won't get the fat grown there again, but if you don't change how you eat, you will get the fat back in other places. So you'll get your liposuction and tummy tuck done in your belly, but if you start to eat wrong, you'll get that fat back in a different area. Your arms, your boobs, your thighs, your butt. So you may not get the fat back in your stomach, but you'll get it in your arms, you'll get it in your back, or you'll get it in your legs. So if you don't learn how to change your lifestyle, you're going to get fat again. You'll just get fat in a different area. So you have to learn. But I do agree with you that you can't sit here and be like, I'm going to stay quiet about what I got done. So I'm going to make it seem like,
and here you are getting sponsored and paid, and you're advertising to these girls like going to the gym 4 times a week, but yeah, you're going to the gym 4 times a week, maybe barely, not doing what you're claiming to do because these are short clips, so you're going hard for like a minute and you're done. But you didn't say, like, you show your before and after, but you didn't say, hey, in between this process, I saw a doctor who got some of this shit removed from me.
Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, if you start exercising 2 years before your tummy tuck, and you have now all this fat hanging, you got your tummy tuck, now it's a year later, and you're still going to the gym, then damn right you're putting in your work.
Oh, no, that's different, though. I fully agree with that. Like, hey, I know, like, there's people that'll be like, oh, I went and got a tummy tuck. Like, if you're honest about the work, fine, go for it. You can't be like, oh, I'm an influencer and I'm only going to hide certain parts because this is what's going to sell.
Right, I agree. And here's the other thing. If you got work done, don't down the people that haven't gotten the work done. Don't be like, ew, this fat pig eats shit. And here you have a flat stomach because someone gave you a flat stomach. Like, don't do that. Or don't sit here and be like, she's fat as shit, but you have a sleeve, and by means of an operation, you can't eat 30 meatballs. You can only eat 2, but you know your fat ass wants to eat 30 meatballs, but you just can't.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're beautiful because you're beautiful without surgery, and you're beautiful because you wanted to have work done. Either or makes you beautiful.
I mean, to each their own. I mean, at the end of the day, it is about how you feel in your own body or whatever. I can sit there. I mean, you guys heard me comment about, like, Henry Cavill and Idris Elba and, you know, Luke Evans. Fuck that he's gay. But that's the point. Like, I admire them from afar, but if I met them in person, I wouldn't be all over them. Yes, you're easy on the eye. Yes, you're fucking appealing. Like, yes, you look good. But that's, for me personally, is not enough for me to want to be like, oh, I want to jump in bed with you. Like, everyone's different. Like, I'm definitely a conversationalist. Like, I am, like, if we can hit it off and we can vibe and we can talk, like, everyone's different. Like, appearance does play a part, but for me, it's, like, I need to know, like, I can sit here and shit talk with you through the whole night about anything and everything. Because I read way too fucking much to be stuck having a conversation about only one goddamn topic.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely think, as well, a lot of people cannot go and look at what society sees. Like, you can't base off of what society sees is pretty. If you have all these role models that you see that are famous, and be like, I want to look like them. I want to base myself off of them. I want my body to be like them. Because there's that, is it the Ken guy that he passed away? He was getting all the surgeries to look like Ken.
Okay, yeah.
And he was amazing looking before all the surgeries, and he just wanted to look like the Ken doll, and he just wanted to look like the Ken doll.
And that's the other thing too. They say once you have one procedure, you have to be careful because it becomes addictive, like tattoos. Because now that you fixed one flaw, you start looking for other flaws to fix. Because now you're like, oh, I can achieve perfection. Perfection is within reach. I just need to go get it done. Because now it's not like, oh, it's not able to achieve perfection. You can just pay for it and get it done.
Yeah.
So then you're like, all right, I worked on this area. It's like, oh, well, I really don't like this, or let me go see a doctor and see if they can do this and fix that. And next thing you know, most of you is just fake.
Yeah, and then at that point, you're putting your health at risk because of an addiction. It's okay to want something, but now if you're addicted to it, like, I can't stop. And at one point, you looked great, but then you didn't. And that became a problem. It wasn't now because you wanted it. It's because you couldn't stop. That's a problem. Yeah. Or because now you're fantasizing to be something else. You have to do it for the love that you have for you. Not because you want to look like stars. Like, because everybody knows I love, like, Kylie Jenner. I really love her, but it's not like I'm going to go and get 50 million surgeries to look like her. Like, I love her a lot, and she, you know, I think she's cute, but it's not like I'm going to go to a doctor's office and be like, I want to look.
I'm going to be honest, I got no respect for none of them, so I can't say, I'm not.
Oh, I love her. She's so cute.
All of them. I don't give a shit about any of
No?
them. No. Like, if they came to me tomorrow and was like, they all died in a fire, I'm going to be like, and that impacts me how?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't be
And I
like
just keep it moving.
shedding a tear because, I mean, I did shed a tear for Selena. I was like, Selena, no. You know. But not for them. I think they're cute. I like them. But I wouldn't go to the doctor and be like, here's a picture. I want to look like her. Like, there's idolizing certain people, their figures. I wouldn't want to look like them. I wouldn't want to be like them.
And I think what people fail to realize, like, most of these surgeries that you have to go get, there's certain required upkeep. And it's like, you might be able to reach to that status if you did the upkeep from the beginning. Like, I know a few people that had the sleeve done to lose the weight.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, but now you have a style and upkeep that you have to keep afterwards. Like, there's pills you have to take, there's how much you can eat, you can't eat and drink at the same time, and like all that bullshit. It's like, well, if you, like, they put you on this like temporary diet, like they give you an idea, so you have an idea of what it's going to be like after you get the process done. Well, if you just kept all that up, you'd lose the weight.
Yeah.
You really would. Like, if you did what they suggested from the beginning, instead of being like, I'm going to half-ass it and not do it. Because I've heard people complain about, like, damn, I regret it. It hurts.
No,
Like,
I have a lot of people who regret it, who've lost all their hair.
because your body's not absorbing enough vitamins.
No. And they say if they could go back, they would go back and not do it at all and just stay the way they were.
Because at the end of the day, the things they were trying to avoid, they end up having to do anyways.
Yeah. And then they say sometimes too, all the pills they have to take to replace what they took away from their natural body, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Like, if you're gonna have something done, investigate it. Do your research. Make sure it's something that you want to do to yourself. I can't tell you to just be like, oh, I want to do it just to do it. No, like, did you actually put the effort in first? Did I put the effort in? That's number one. Is it something that I can do on my own? That's number two. Is it something that I want to upkeep? Okay, did I go through my list? Is it something for me? Or am I doing it for someone else? Or if you checked all the boxes off, then do it for you. If it's not that you want to do it for yourself, then don't do it. It's not to please other people, it's to please yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I think if I ever got it done, it'd probably be my stomach. But then I've also seen other people that got their stomach done. And I'm like, oh, your stomach, like, I know a few people that got their stomach done. The one chick, like, I don't know, they went out the country to do it. Not that I'm knocking them. Hey, because some people, as long as you do your due diligence, that's what matters.
Yeah.
The one chick, they messed up her belly button. Like, it didn't look right. And then the other chick, like, you pressed on her stomach, and it's
Hard as rocks.
yes, like hard as fucking rocks. And I'm like, ooh, like I understand, like, you went recommended on based on, like, whatever, not judging. But then at the same time, like I said, these women that got it done, the one, like, she got her stomach done, it matches proportionally with the rest of her body. The other chick, because she was thicker when she got her body done, now her stomach looks extra small.
But the rest looks huge.
Yes. And it's like,
I'm preaching today. You have to make sure, like, when you go out of the country, you have to make sure they're board certified. Where are they board certified? Did they learn here, and did they go out of state? To just make sure that they don't have to, because what happens here is when you're taught here, what kills people, a lot of the doctors here, is the insurance.
I bet.
You have to have like millions of insurance, and then you have to have liability, you have to have this, you have to have that. So what they do is they learn and they go to school here, but then they practice out. They actually have their practice out there. But what you need to understand when you have something done is you need to have lymphatic massages. That people don't have that done, so their bodies end up staying super duper hard. Without them lymphatic massages, it keeps their bellies hard, and people don't get that done.
No, I didn't.
That's what happens. And when you're there, you need to make sure you tell them, I want a tummy tuck, but I also want to make sure I have a muscle repair. A lot of people, they don't ask for that. So their bellies stay hard. When you get there, you have to tell them, I want you to make sure that my belly button stays the same. So they have to sew the belly button to the muscle to make sure it stays the same. A lot of people don't know that while you're in recovery and you have a faja on, you have to put a marble in your belly button. So it keeps the circle figure and it pushes the belly button back in.
Yeah. But all that stuff you told me just turned me completely off. I mean, I was already like, I'm not probably going to do it because if I ever stage, like, how much is a bill thingy? Like 5,000, 6,000?
It all depends where you go because in DR, it could be 4,000, 3,000. Here, it's like 6,000, 7,000.
So, let's just say 5,000. In my head, you tell me 5,000, I'm like, that's at least like fucking 4 vacations. Honestly, that's how my brain plays out. Like, you tell me something, I'm like, ooh, I can get this, or 3 vacations.
It is a dangerous thing. People just do things to do it. They don't look up the research on it. It is. And here's the thing as well. If you're gonna do stuff, do it. If you're gonna spend so much money on something and you're gonna do it to your body, you need to research it. You need to research it. Research the doctors. You have to research fatality. You have to, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not knocking it. If you want to get it done, go ahead. I really don't care because your decision doesn't impact me.
Right.
Like, just because you got it done doesn't mean I have to get it done. And just because I'm like, I'm not getting it done doesn't prevent you from getting it done. Like, our decision does not impact each other.
Right.
The only thing I have is, like, don't sit here and then try to, like, push it onto little girls or teenagers or whatever. Like, if you want to try to convince an adult, then that's on them because they're old enough to fucking make up their own mind. But do not be, like, advertising, like, oh, this is the way, do it. No. Like, don't try to be like, oh, this is the easy way. But you're not going to tell them about the hardship that comes along with it either.
I think we're all beautiful in our own way. You're beautiful, I'm beautiful, you're beautiful, he's beautiful, she's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Whether you have something done or not, everybody's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful, Wendy.
Quasimodo was not, bitch. Stop telling lies.
He was nice. He saved Isabel. Is that her name?
Esmeralda.
Yeah.
But he was nice. Doesn't make him as beautiful.
He was beautiful in his own way. He saved her.
Anyways, not everybody's fucking beautiful. Look at Ted Bundy. I mean, granted, he was attractive. His insides were just ugly.
I agree.
But
people want to look better but not become healthier.
And that's the big one.
That's the thing. That's the main thing. Be healthy. Be healthy. Do the work.
But yeah, I get on that. Not everyone's beautiful.
Some people are ugly, but they're nice. Some are nice. Some are ugly, and then they're ugly on the inside.
There's different. Inner beauty and outer beauty are two different things. Right now, we're talking about outer beauty. There are some ugly people. I consider myself to be average looking. Like, I'm in between. Like, I'm like, there are moments I could look ugly. There's moments that I'm like, oh, she looks really pretty. I'm an average person. And I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. Fuck what everybody else thinks. You mean to tell me there's no such thing as average? The scale is not just fucking beautiful and ugly, alright? There is average too. Normal. You know, I can't with you.
I can't
with you because you look at me like I'm crazy. The scale's not just ugly and beautiful, and that leaves a whole bunch of people in the middle. There has to be like normal, like below average towards ugly, like average towards beautiful. Like, you know, like a scale from 1 through 10, like you're a 5 or 6. See?
So, I'm like, you're nice. You're pretty in your own way.
That's code for you're ugly. Don't fucking let me lie to you. You're pretty in your own way is probably like your eyes are beautiful. You got a nice smile. Your hair is gorgeous. Like, but the rest of you though, the rest of you, don't believe what someone says.
Regular.
That's the one. See, she gets it.
Well, guys, this is the end of our show. Listen, if you like natural beauty, that's great. If you like plastic surgery, that's great. Be healthy.
You know what you didn't ask? is there any male out there that got plastic surgery? Because that's another one that people don't talk about. Men get plastic surgery done too.
Absolutely. They get pecs. They get like butt implants.
The world's fucking gone crazy.
They get knee implants to make them look taller. Because if they're like 5 even and they want to be a little bit taller, they get like femur implants.
God. This just
What
makes me
else?
hate people more. Stop.
I'm just telling you.
Oh, God. Lost all respect in humans.
They take their eyelids and they cut them so that they look like this. I've seen it. Mhm. Costa Rica.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me you know someone that did that. I'm like, bitch, you need to stop being friends with
I'm
him.
telling you, I've seen it. I was like, oh snap. He was like this.
Looking
they take me
surprised
like
all the
this.
time.
And then once it heals, it comes down just a little bit.
So he looked like he was like caught in headlights.
Yeah, he was like scared. He was like, and then once the tape is released, I was like, oh, it would look regular.
Oh, God.
Just saying. All right, that's it for tonight's show. Hopefully, maybe by next week, we'll have our copyrights to our own song. And it won't, it won't be so awkward in the beginning.
Those first 3 minutes. If not, you guys can regale us with your week stories and craziness or anything crazy you've read or things you've done to other people. I really don't give a shit. My standards are so low right now. Go ahead. Entertain me.
Remember to submit your topics. What else? Have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in.
Don't get drunk. And for those that work tomorrow, I feel your pain.
I feel your pain. I will be doing my senior project. Well, not mine. My son's senior project with him.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck you doing a senior project for? I was like, you going to old people's home?
No, we'll be going to Philly and we'll be handing out food to the homeless.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. I can respect that. Yes, sanitizer.
Yep. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning
You should have
in.
told me. I got like a box of hand sanitizer. I would have bought you one.
Good night,
Anyways.
guys.
Enjoy your weekends.